No.
Let me know.
All right.
Right Club audience, are you ready? Yeah! Bernie Clark with reality in 3, 2, 1.
To begin with, I don't believe in God. That's not to say that I'm an atheist, because I'm not. I don't disbelieve in God. That would require more ideological commitment than I possess. I simply refuse to actively believe in him. I used to call myself an agnostic, but I felt that label lacked panache. These days, if anybody asks, I refer to myself as an existential humanist. Don't bother asking me what that means. I am not going to explain it to you. I'm not here to convert. What does this have to do with reality, you might be wondering? Well, I wasn't always a non-believer, you see. I was born and raised Catholic, baptized and confirmed. In fact, when I was very young, I used to pray to God. I prayed all the time. I didn't just pray. I had long, in-depth conversations with God in my head, much like I am talking to you right now. You see, I was never completely alone. No matter what went on in my life, no matter how shitty or awesome things got, I always had this friend, this father figure, this all-knowing, all-seeing, all-loving deity hanging out with me just outside my awareness, sort of like having a mute Jewish Viking superhero as an imaginary friend. Now, I'm not going to go into the whys and hows of my loss of faith. I simply don't have that kind of time. Let's just say that I still have some probing questions about the Crusades, and leave it at that. What I will tell you is that in the absence of God, a writhing hunger to experience the truth of existence remained, a yearning for gnosis, if you will. Now, in pursuit of gnosis, I have traversed some rather strange landscapes. I have dabbled in Zen Buddhism, studied Kabbalah, practiced magic with a K, apprenticed as a shaman, and entertained the notion that I may or may not have communicated psychically with a vast, superintelligent astral spider god while on a Herculean amount of drugs. What? Like you haven't. Philip K. Dick, a famous dead science fiction writer, said, "Reality is that which, when you stop believing in it, does not go away." Now, at this point, I'm sure some of you see where I'm going with this, especially those of you that do, in fact, believe in some deity or higher power. You're thinking, oh, he's going to talk about how when he stopped believing in God, that he lost that sense of presence he'd always known and suddenly felt lost in loneliness and uncaring universe with only his own thoughts and a vague sense of horror to keep him company. And since God went away so easily when he stopped believing in him, then according to that Dick fellow, God must not be real. You would, of course, be wrong. I'm simply stating that over the course of my lifetime, I have experienced a multiplicity of realities, all of which seemed quite valid at the time. Indulge me for a moment. I would like those of you that believe in God to look around the room, go right now, and try to make eye contact with those of you that do not believe in God. Go on, don't be shy, we are all friends here. I'll wait. Recognize that the person with whom you are currently sharing an uncertain yet meaningful glance does not exist in the same reality that you do. In fact, due to the limitations of a uniquely subjective consciousness, the permutations of biology, and the mechanics of four-dimensional space-time, you do not exist in the same reality as any other person in this room. Several of you think I am full of shit. Don't play. I know who you are. I can see it on your faces. You're thinking, shit is real. You're an idiot for saying otherwise. Let me punch you in the face to prove it. Oh, really? According to science, more than 99% of all matter, including your body, is made up of empty space. That's not even cutting edge, all right? That's some shit they came up with in the 1930s. The really cutting edge shit, the shit with math that makes your head explode, and I mean actually blows up a person's head. It is the #1 cause of death among quantum physicists. That shit. Quantum foam, supersymmetrical strings, parallel universes! If that shit is to be believed, then all that crazy sci-fi shit we've all read about and seen in movies, time travel, teleportation, faster than light travel, all that shit may actually see the light of day. So I don't even want to hear any whining about, I'm real, I'm right here, I can prove I exist by making noise and stuff. At this point, I'm not even sure I'm real. The bottom line is this. There is an awful lot of disagreement about what this reality thing is in the first place. Right now, this very moment, people in the world are killing other people because they don't agree on the nature of reality. My God is better than your God. My skin is better than your skin. In whom and in what orifice I put my penis is better than where you put yours. It seems to me that most people are just looking for a reality where their lives don't suck. The problem is that we think we all live in the same reality, but there is no consensus. For every worldview, there are at least two others in direct opposition to yours, and everybody thinks that their version of reality is the one. Well, I say don't let someone else dictate your reality. Define your reality your own damn selves. You're doing it anyway, whether you realize it or not. Own it. Take control. Robert Anton Wilson said reality is what you can get away with. Well, what are you getting away with? What are you getting away with? Oh, I nearly forgot. And that's funny because I wrote that down. I'm supposed to be defending reality against its arch nemesis, fantasy. Well, I suppose some of you did come to see some literary blood spilled, so here goes. Ignoring the fact that fantasy is an artifact of human consciousness and that human consciousness is contained within reality, reality wins, and ignoring the fact that consciousness may actually dictate reality, making fantasy nothing more than unrealized potential reality, reality wins again, I just got to ask one question, and please, feel free to recontextualize this question according to your own personal sexual preference. Which is more appealing, the oral sex you're getting in your mind's eye or the oral sex you're actually getting? Thank you.